Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whatever it is, wherever you are. My name is Katie O, and this is Moon Mama Musings. Welcome back to my living room for another Astrology Peephole for today, the 7th of October, 2021. We're in a waxing crescent moon that will transit to the sign from the sign of Libra to the sign of Scorpio at 21:22 p.m. 10:22. I like that. It's good numerology. This is good stuff. Speaking of, let's carry on. We've got all kinds of fun stuff happening today. Today is actually a really busy day for big astrological things. We have two transits happening that are very, 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 very important. The moon is transiting out of Libra into Scorpio. Venus itself, the goddess, is going over to the sign of Sagittarius, and then Pluto is going direct. It's the end of retrograde season. Today is the first day of the end of retrograde season, my friends. Pluto is the first planet that goes direct. But first, let's talk about beautiful Venus. Let's talk about the goddess. Let's talk about what she's up to. Going to the sign of Sagittarius at 18:21 Bangkok time. Sagittarius, if I can remind you, is the sign of the collective. But it's also the archer. It's a sign that has a lot to do with taking action towards our direction forward, about seeing a plan, about seeing an end game, about pulling the bow back and letting the arrow fly. Yeah. So when Venus is in the sign of Sagittarius, we are experiencing things like a happy-go-lucky vibe. We're feeling adventurous. We're feeling flirtatious. We're feeling open. And remember, Venus, yes, it is this planet of relationships and love and romance and sex and all that stuff. Well, not necessarily sex, but the passion involved with all of those things that I just mentioned is definitely an inevitable part of it. But it's also the sign of money, sign of creativity, the sign of beauty. So this could have to do with love life, absolutely. But just relationships in general, the way that you interact with other people, can also very much have to do with money and your job. And it can have to do with your passions, your creative projects. So happy-go-lucky, adventurous, flirtatious, open. We have infectious love to share with our Venusian abundant energies right now. We are feeling exalted. We are feeling good. We are feeling fiery, right? Sagittarius is the mutable fire sign, which means that it's extremely adaptable. It goes with the flow. It sees what's necessary with the elements that are present and then behaves accordingly. So it's lovely. However, in a shadow side, in a low vibe representation of Venus in Sagittarius, obviously, adventurous and flirtatious and open and wanting to move and shake is great. But it can also bring fickleness into a situation. So Venus in Sagittarius can be non-committal. It can be starting a lot of projects but never finishing them. Anyway, let's see. I've got notes here. I say Venus in Sagittarius can be a bit fickle and small attention span, but a little bit like a stubborn dog. They don't want to be guided, and if it isn't the way they want, they will try and run out. So it brings me the idea of when I take Ghost to the beach. My little pig is a little bit anxious when it comes to other dogs, and sometimes when there's lots of dogs on the beach, she decides, I'm going to sit right here and I'm not going anywhere. She's like, there's too much going on. It's not this wasn't my idea. No, I won't. And she just refuses. She'll sit and she doesn't want to. And of course, if I try and go and grab her, she thinks it's a game now and she's running away from me. All right. So this is really frustrating for some people. So it's almost as if it's so with this fickleness, with this like being so adventurous that you're almost aloof, you know, the best way to deal with this energy is looking at like a grand puzzle. Yeah, look at it as a complex enigma to undo. Yeah, this is really like people that have Venus in Sagittarius don't like to be they don't like it when somebody says, hey, you should do this. This is my idea. They're like, no, I'd rather have my own idea about what I want to do, right? It's not like they can't say like, you can't say, oh, let's go this way with the Sagittarius, because they'll just be like, no, I'm literally going to do the opposite because you've said to go that way. It's like, don't press the big red button. And they're like, oh, I've got to press the fuck out of this, right? Sorry for my language. But I get this image of where's Waldo, all right? Where's Waldo, right? So it's like you're searching for something, right? Yeah, you want Venus and Sagittarius to help you search for something. But you can't just be like, hey, Venus, help me find Waldo. Because they'll be like, no. They'll just bring you in everybody under the sun to test whether or not you can figure out who Waldo is yourself. So what you do is you bring out your picture book and you're like, hey, Venus, look at all this. Look at all this shit going on these 2 pages. We need to find one person. They're like, oh, yes, now you're talking. I'm going to find Waldo. There he is. And you're like, great. There's another page. And they're like, oh, there he is. You're like, okay, now what about this one? Ah, there he is. And you're like, right? It's almost like how you can, I know some of you guys have friends like this, where it's like you can't present to them your idea because they'll be like, no, this is what's wrong with it. This is what's wrong with it. This is what's wrong with it. But often that same person will come back to you maybe a few weeks later going like, I had this amazing idea, and it's your idea with like maybe a very slight tweak, but it's pretty much your idea. So you know that you have to deal with this friend by almost like it's like the inception of ideas, right? It's like subconscious suggestion almost. You have to like sneak in a word here and there for them to like slowly think that it's their own idea. Yeah. But before I move on, because I do think that this is an extremely important phase for many of us. If you've been experiencing a lot of healing, if you've been working a lot on yourself, if you've been taking it slow and been in hermit mode for the last little bit, maybe, I mean, if you identify with March was an absolute shit show, July was pretty well in your face about all the things that was a shit show. August, we started to feel a bit more optimistic, but it was still a whole lot of hurry up and wait. And then September was just like, I have no fucking idea what's going on. And now that we're in October, we're kind of like, okay, this is getting a little bit better. We're in this transformative phase, like spooky season, yay. But it's still kind of like, ugh. This Venus moving into Sagittarius is super important for us, especially because Venus is not comfortable at all in the sign of Scorpio, right? And it's just come out of Scorpio. It really doesn't do well with Scorpio, like you'd think, right? Scorpio being this like sign that has a horrible reputation for being a sex-crazed fiend. Venus doesn't like that because being a sex-crazed fiend is it's not the natural flow of things. But we're going to get to that in a minute because it's not even about being that. We're debunking that. It's not important. But I want to read you a quote because this is what really, 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 really came up to me. Okay, it says, all that is gold does not glitter. Not all those who wander are lost. The old that is strong does not wither. Deep roots are not reached by the frost. From the ashes a fire shall be woken. A light from the shadows shall spring. Renewed shall be the blade that was broken. The crownless again shall be king. And this is a quote from J.R.R. Tolkien, the man, and this is from The Fellowship of the Ring, the very first book. It seems so important. Because look, we're still in Mercury retrograde season, and you guys know what Mercury retrograde does, and we're going to talk about Mercury in a second, because obviously, in the true sense of things, they're playing today. But this Venus and Sagittarius season is going to be combined with this Mercury retrograde. Is Mercury retrograde brings things back from our past, right? And this Venus in Sagittarius is going to help us realize that the blades that are broken will be reforged, and that the crownless will have their king, or the crownless will be kings again, if they're meant to be, right? We're not going to be crowning fools. No, not at all. No. The court jester will remain the court jester if they've continued to behave as a court jester. But if this fool has taken a leap of faith, like Bugs Bunny in the Singing Sword Nighty Night Bugs cartoon, if that fool has decided, you know what, maybe I've been a court jester for some time, but I'm gonna try my guys at being a knight, then this quote is going to ring true, because the deep roots are not reached by the frost. If there is something in your life that you feel extremely connected to and you feel has a very, very, very strong tendril-like expansiveness through your life, chances are those roots go real deep in there, even if you feel like it's been gone forever, and even if you feel like it never come back, even if you feel like it was dead and buried, deep roots are not reached by the frost. So the things that are meant for you, even if they seem dead, with regards to Venusian abundance energy, Venus and Sagittarius will be the time that things come to fruition for you. And I know that's a bold statement, but I'm making it. All right. Don't shoot the messenger. Thing is that, look, I can say this, but don't look, just as I say, if there's anything in my readings that you don't like, change it. If there's something in my readings that you really like, make sure it happens, okay? Nurture it so that it does happen. Remember, bring the Where's Waldo book out and show it to the Venusian energies, even if it seems childlike. We need to look at this as a complex puzzle, because it absolutely is. But if you can bring some light and fun and adventure into that puzzle, make work fun. It's like Mary Poppins, right? Spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down. If we have chores to do, we're going to make it a game. Might not be a fun game, but it's going to be a game nonetheless. Yeah? All right. Let's move on. Pluto going direct at 129. We'll talk about fun astrology, right? Venus. Okay, so first of all, the moon goes over to the sign of Scorpio at 21:22. So 21 breaks to a 3, which is a number of collaboration and creativity. And 22, that's two aligned value, two things with aligned values. So in this waxing crescent moon in the sign of Scorpio for the next few days, it goes into the 9th. Collaboration with aligned values. Okay. Then Pluto goes. Venus goes to. I'm sorry, we're going opposite. Like, this is literally, I'm going backwards. The moon transit is the last that happens today. Venus is in the middle and Pluto goes first. But whatever. This is according to my notes. Venus is going to Sagittarius at 18:21. So 18 breaks down to a 9, which is a number of self-development with regards to the whole. And 21, again, is a 3. So this collaboration is made possible by a development with the self with regards to feeling whole and understanding the universal energy of love. And then Pluto is going direct at 1:29 a.m. 1, and guess what? 2 and 9 makes 11. That's 111. 1 is the number of self. 1 is the number of confidence. 1 is the number of manifestation. Yeah, 111. This is an auspicious and lucky time for us, especially with Pluto going direct is kicking things off for things to be very, very lucky in our lives these days. All right, but remember what I just said though. Claim it. All right. If you want this luck, you've got to be in the right mindset to receive it. If you're going, I never win anything, you're saying it's lucky, but I'm not going to get anything, you're not going to get a damn thing. Because that's a self-fulfilling prophecy, my dears. We are 129, 111, manifestation, 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 my friends. You reap what you sow, you get what you beget, you, as above, so below. If you want good things, believe it, all right? Pluto going direct is this is an auspicious and lucky day. This is feeling like it's almost as if we've gone to sleep and the storms were raging. It was torrential rain. It was raining up. It was raining so hard. The thunder and the lightning and the wind and the waves and you name it. It was like the most horrible. It's the perfect storm. It's madness. And you go to sleep and you wake up and you're like, what the hell is this? And it's the most stunning, perfect sunrise you've ever seen in your life. You know? Pluto going direct. Pluto is the planet. Pluto is the reaper. Pluto is the planet of transformation, of death and rebirth, of putting things to bed. Pluto is a general that stands back and gives directives. And you know what? They know that Pluto knows that it's onto something, that it's got value in what it has to say. But if people don't listen to it, it's not going to force it. It's just going to wait for the karma to come round. Yeah, it's like Pluto and Saturn. Buddies. Pluto's the one that just goes, look, I've given them directives. I've told them how to do a game plan. I've told them how to get away from this wounded warrior sense and get back in the game. It's up to them to do it now. And Saturn's just like, what are they going to do? As above, so below. They know that, right? And Pluto's like, look, they know it. We've told them. It's up to them now. All right? So claim your sunrise. Very interesting. Very, very good energy. And now, okay, so Pluto direct in the sign of Capricorn now. Capricorn is about our backbone. Capricorn is about our sense of self. Capricorn can be it can be a workaholic kind of an energy, but it's definitely one that gets shit done. Yeah. So Pluto transformation was retrograde in the sign of Capricorn. Now it's just gone back to its natural Plutonian self. It knows what's what. All right. It took itself out of itself and went into this and put on the Capricorn mask, going, okay, I'm going to work really hard with you guys. I'm going to be alongside with you. A couple of days ago, we had the buy with a little help from my friends. Pluto was helping us out while it was in retrograde, believe it or not. Whether you're, and you're like, what with help like that? Fuck me, I'd rather do things on my own. Well, guess what? Pluto's coming back to itself now, and you are going to do things on your own. It was trying to help you because it had to. Yeah, and it's, you know what? Sometimes when you're reaping what you sow, and what you sow is not so pretty, yeah, Pluto's help is going to feel a lot like a punch in the face. The thing is now, though, Pluto's back in retrograde, or back in direct motion. And like I said, Pluto is the general. It'll give you the directives, but it's not going down to the battlefield with you. It's going, look, you know what to do. Go for it. It was down in the battlefield when it was retrograde. No longer. It's gone back up to its 10. It says, I have done all of the role modeling that I can. I've set an example for you. I've told you what you need to do. Now it's up to you. It is what it is. All that gold does not glitter. Not all those that wander are lost. Not all those that wander are lost. Remember, not all those that wander are lost. Okay, I don't know why they want me to repeat that to you so many times, but not all those that wander are lost. Okay. Moon is conjunct with Mercury. All right, Mercury retrograde in the sign of Libra. I've got, the moon is in Scorpio, right? Scorpio is the sign all about transformation. By the way, the sign that Pluto rules. So today we have an overwhelming sense of the unnecessary has gone away for good. It's very much ding dong, the witch is dead energy. So Mercury in retrograde in the sign of Libra has brought us compassion to look at all that has happened since retrograde seasons began. And now the compassion is bleeding back into us for a sense of acceptance and clarity. Revel in it right now. But expect shifts still to come because planets are coming out of retrograde. Planets are going direct now. Today on the 7th we have Pluto. On the 11th we have Saturn. On the 17th we have Mercury and Jupiter. 18th, sorry. I don't know if I said that. And then on the 23rd we have Scorpio season beginning. Okay? All of these planets going direct just in time for the season of sex, death, and rebirth. It has to be done. Okay? So yeah, revel in it, but expect more shifts to come. Okay, Mercury retrograde is not yet done. All right, we still got 11 days. More 11s. Okay, alignment. You have 11 days to align now, they're saying. Ding dong, the witch is dead when Mercury goes direct. All right, so get your shit together or else you're going to find yourself with a wart on the end of your nose and a house falling on you. Okay, look. Don't shoot the messenger. This is up to you. Again, look, Pluto's direct now. It's completely up to you. You know what happens if you stay in the energy that you are, because you've been in this energy for a very long time. You know what happens when you keep holding on to old patterns, because you've lived in those patterns for a long time in your life. Do you want to keep on having these punches in the face, left, right, and center? No, of course you don't. So claim the change for yourself. The moon in Scorpio is also trining Jupiter in retrograde. Lucky, 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 lucky. The sunrise is bringing the dragons flying through the sky is what I got. Okay, so we are going through a lucky, it's like I said, with this Pluto going direct is bringing us a lucky, lucky energy. All right, it may not feel lucky to some of you, but it is. It is very lucky. Pluto's going direct, and like I said before, as above, so below. If you're doing good things, Pluto brings you good things, right? Because if you're doing good things, you hear Pluto's warning and you take the advice, right? So this is just, Jupiter is retrograde in the sign of Aquarius, which makes it new and innovative. It changes things, but not as unexpectedly as it wants, or not as like, it's expanding in a different way. It's expanding in a way that's more conducive to us. And maybe some of you guys have this, you're feeding your inner dragons now, and you're not scared of the dragons anymore because you know that they have a time and place and a beauty. And you're letting them fly. You're letting yourself fly. You're letting yourself spread your wings now. Lucky, 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 lucky. I just keep hearing lucky, lucky, lucky. Lucky, lucky, lucky. All right. We also have the moon squaring Pluto. All right. Moon is in Scorpio. It's Pluto energy. All right. It's Pluto energy. The ruling planet of the sign of the emotion and subconscious right now, the moon, right? The planet of our emotion and subconscious. Sorry, I didn't word that very well. The planet of our emotion and subconscious is in the sign of Scorpio, which is ruled by Pluto. Pluto is squaring the moon. Okay, so this is a very confirmation energy, all right? So this is a okay, we've been talking about this for a long time. We've been talking about our sacral chakra for a long time now. And the sacral chakra has and Pluto and Scorpio and all of these signs that generally have to do with passion, all right? They get a bad rep regularly, all right? They really do. They get a bad rep of being sex crazed fiends, of being nothing but about breaking things down. It can be really scary for some people, but this is a debunking now, okay? Pluto's direct now, and they're saying, again, it's Pluto going, look, I've given you the directives. I've told you all that I can, but I can't, if I can bring a horse to water, right? But you can't make it drink. And if you know it's not going to drink, why even fucking bother? Yeah. So now Pluto's going, look, I've been whispering to you for a long time that do not get all caught up in the traditional views of sex, death, rebirth, passion, transformation, all of those things, of what Pluto means. I have told you that this is not what you think it is. Okay? Now claim it. Claim it. It's your turn. All right. I have got a little bit of the tea leaf fortune card telling deck, or fortune telling deck. I've shuffled it. I've taken little stacks out of it, and I've made one little mini stack. And we're going to see. We're going to get a couple of cards of the day. I'm going to get 3 of them for you. Let's see what we got for today, the 7th. Our lucky day. Okay, 3 came straight off the bat. So we have door. Opportunities are waiting for you, right? That's what we've been talking about. This door always reminds me of the movie Cube. If you guys haven't seen the movie Cube, it's absolutely disturbing, but it's super fun. So check it out. Opportunities are waiting for you, but there's like a specific way to open this door. I'm hearing from the movie Cube. There's like, in the movie, each door has this like thing that you have to pull out and turn, and then the sort of lock goes and opens up the door. So there's a specific procedure with regards to opening up this door. Okay, and that's again, they're saying that they're reminding me about this debunking of the transformation, death, rebirth energy, is we've been looking at it all wrong. Work, achievement, and success, the ant. So in order to open these doors, we must work hard, okay? Once you receive the success or the recognition for this work that you've done, and this is for these achievements, and this is not about a person, like this is not about looking for external validation. This is about you feeling accomplished in your goals, in your own personal work. That's when the door finally opens. The thing is that, look, axe, forces working against you. This hand holding the axe is your own hand, all right? You've worked really hard to find this opportunity, and you've done all the right things for the door to open now. Do not sabotage it, all right? Do not be the force working against yourself. You've been doing a whole lot of healing, yeah. And for a long time, you're pointing fingers at everybody else, going, oh, it's because of this circumstance that I'm in this place that I'm at. Oh, it's because of this. It's because of that person. This person did this to me. I was caught up in this situation, da, 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 da. That doesn't work, all right? That's not how this door opens. This door becomes more and more locked when you dwell in those energies. So this work that you've been doing with your ant is to debunk that energy. It's not about everybody else, okay? It has nothing to do with everybody. It's about you. You're the only one sabotaging yourself now. So do you really want to open that door? Or do you want to continue wallowing in misery? Stork, news of birth or business opportunity. I just wanted me to break that up. Some of you guys might be expecting a baby. Some of you guys might be just working really hard to birth something new, have a new beginning, start something fresh. And either way, you're still working at bringing little twigs to make this nest. But you're going to get some sort of a message soon. I've actually been seeing storks all over the damn place lately. There are these storks that migrate over the Gulf of Thailand, and they stop in Koh Tao for a little rest as they fly. And lately, I'll be honest, in the last couple of days, I've seen quite a few of them, and like up close and personal. And they're big. They're big, like surprisingly large birds. They actually look exactly like that stork too. The ones that we get here. All right, vision and overcompensate. Warning sign, my friends. You've got this beautiful vision. You've been overcompensating. You've been working. You've been doing too much almost. Yeah, it's been doing too much, and it's been leading you away from the door. Again, it's like all of this resistance just locks up the door more and more and more and more and more. All right. So be very careful. When you this vision is true. You have a true inherent vision within you. Okay? And what they want you to do is acknowledge it and let it go. Stop helicopter parenting it. Stop constantly visiting it. That what I've been talking about for a long time. Things are both simultaneously, these events that we're looking at are simultaneously particles and waves. But if we're looking at them, they're a particle, which means that they're in the field, which means they can't change. They are as we are as we're watching them. But when you stop, they go back into the infinite possibility field, and that's what gives them time for the magic to happen, for them to develop. All right, so you've got your eye on something. Don't helicopter parent it. Just acknowledge that this is what you want and release it off to the universe. Talk the talk, respect and value self. All right, some of you guys are really good at giving advice and you never take your own advice. So work on your self-love right now by listening to your good advice that you give to others. All right, there's something that you have been telling people that you're not doing yourself. All right, talk the talk. All right, my dears, that's it for me. I will see you tomorrow. I'm so sorry for anything you're going through or made you feel a certain way. Thank you for being a beautiful, beautiful being and lending your energy to this circuit. I hold so dear. Thank you to your guides, my guides, the ascended masters and angels, and whatever other energies have been involved in finding us these nice, clear, concise messages for our greatest good. Whenever they find this, whether they be right now, in the near future, or the distant future, I love you to the moon and stars and to infinity and beyond and back. And I accept this, and I hope you do too. But if not, it's all good. We'll catch you another time. Bye.